Hi everybody, it's Friday, January 20th, 2012. Thanks for stopping by. Today I would like to tell all of my friends something that's been on my mind a lot lately when talking about the issues of Palestine and Palestinian rights. It has occurred to me that language and the terms of discourse and the framing of the issues is extremely important. Words that we use are extremely important. And you know, the success of the colonization of Palestine, the erasure of the Palestinian people, the creation of an ethnically pure state is very much dependent on the supremacy of of a very particular viewpoint, and the subversion of all other viewpoints, the framing of the debate, the use of the words to define the concepts and the ideas involved. So let me just give a concrete example. They will never say Palestine or Palestinians. That word is used as little as possible. Palestinian is only used with reference to terrorism. It's never used with reference to human rights or to the people who live in Israel. The people in Israel are never called Palestinians, they're called Arab Israelis. So not only are they Arabs, in other words, a separate nation, but they are Israelis. Or, the concept of Israel is placed upon them as people, while also excluding them. And Zionists will swear up and down to you that Arabs are not a race of people. They are not a separate ethnicity. They are only a nation. But they can't point to where the nation of Arab is on the map, and they also can't tell you what race Arabs are. If you ask these people, they will swear up and down to you that Arab is not a race, and they will even tell you that Arabs are white people. But they can never tell you they're Caucasian, because they're not. They're a separate race. And that's just one example of the way that words are used to construct this reality. So to any of you out there who are interested in justice and fairness, who are advocating for the human rights of Palestinians, I would strongly urge you to liberate your mind from the framing which is today used to discuss this situation, and to liberate your vocabulary from Zionism. Do not use their words. Never use their words, or never use their concepts. When you argue this topic, you should say the word Israel never or very little. You should use the word Palestine, Palestinian, as much as humanly possible, because these words are what they wish to suppress. They do not want to hear those words. They want to superimpose Israel on top of everything. They want to say that the refugees are not Palestinians, they're Jordanians. They want to say that the Arab Israelis are not Palestinians, they are just Arabs. And the Palestinians are not Israelis. The Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza are not Israelis, and that is not Israel, but we know it is. We know that the government of Israel rules over those areas. So here's the language that I would suggest, that I would strongly urge you to use. Whenever speaking of Palestinians, call them Palestinians. Whenever talking about Israel, call it what it is, Palestine. The land inhabited by Israel is not Israel, it's Palestine. Israel is just an illegitimate government which has placed itself over the land of historical Palestine. That's all it is. Arabs are a race. They are not a nation. And Jews are not a race. They are a religion with many different races. They're not a people or a nation. They are a religion. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is not a conflict. Never refer to what's happening as a conflict. Refer to it as the nackba. The nackba that is ongoing. So when you're referring to the ongoing nackba, call it the ongoing nackba. Don't call it a conflict, because it's not. When you're referring to Palestine, call it Palestine, not Israel, because it's not Israel. It's Palestine. And don't call them Arab Israelis, call them Palestinians, because that's what they are. Now, they will tell you that 20% of Israel is Palestinians, or what they call Arab Israelis, but that's not true. Israel rules over all of Palestine, and that means that all of the Palestinians in the West Bank and Gaza are fully entitled to citizenship and representation by the Zionist regime. So that means that 46.6% of Palestine is inhabited by Israeli Jews, or 46% of the inhabitants of Palestine are Israeli Jews, and 46.4% of the inhabitants of Palestine are Palestinians. That is the truth. Jews are not a minority, but merely a plurality of the inhabitants of Palestine. And when you include the refugees, who are also Palestinians, who have a legal, internationally recognized right to live in Palestine under the rule of the Zionist regime, then you would see that Jews are actually a small minority in the land of Palestine. I mean, by any legal or moral standard, they are a small minority. Now, if you want to just say that the people who are being denied their rights don't count, and the people in the West Bank and Gaza don't count, then they're 80% of the population of, Palestine, or at least the parts of Palestine that the Zionist regime wants to admit that it rules. If you look at reality and look at the fact that the Zionist regime rules all of Palestine and denies people their rights, first of all, they deny Arab Jews equality. They deny Arab Palestinian Muslims and Christians their equality. They deny Arabs and Muslims and Christians in the West Bank and Gaza all of their human rights, and they deny the Palestinian Muslims and Christians in the refugee camps their human rights as well, because they deny their right to return. If you include all of those people, which there's no moral or legal way to do so, there's no moral or legal way to exclude them, then the inhabitants of Palestine are mostly Muslims, with minorities of Jews and Christians, and mostly Arab. And in fact, I believe most of the Jews are actually Arab, or a majority of the Jews are Arab. So, the actual state itself was built for European Jews, and they are the extreme minority in the land of Palestine. So liberate your language, and let's call things what they are. Thanks for watching.